Welcome back to Overexerted, and I'm your host, as always, the lovely, wonderful co-host with me as well.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, I
man.
thought you were talking about yourself.
No,
Seriously, I was
like-
like, man,
Sure. Benny's
What a-
feeling himself today. Benny's
That's right.
in his era right now.
like gotta pump himself up.
I started, and I was gonna say the wonder, and then I was gonna introduce myself, and then I was like, you know what? I'm not feeling that full of myself. I'm gonna pass it on to the.
Only a little bit full of myself, so you know.
I'm Benny, and these are the wonderful, wonderful co-hosts.
I'm James.
I'm Heath,
Oh, hey.
and I'm gonna take over for a second beforehand and say that I'm so very sorry to everyone. We recorded something 2 weeks ago, and Heath never got it edited or put out. And I'm sorry, but it's all irrelevant now. It's like 2 weeks old news, and give up.
Look, they can see who we are now if they're watching this.
Oh, hey.
Wow, fancy.
So I had to put that
So-
out there. I'm sorry.
So what's new? What's fun that everyone's been doing? Because I do have something new and fun.
We'll save Benny for last then. What you up to, Heath? You traveling?
My life's been falling apart. That's why I didn't do the edit. Oh no, just lots of not like my wife always tells me it's not a competition, but not like crazy family drama stuff, but just challenges with my daughter, who, for anyone that doesn't know, has both autism and ADHD, and it has been rearing its very, very ugly head over the last 2 weeks. And then my wife's having her challenges. She's got bipolar disorder, and I've had mine, and then there's Christmas, and yada yada yada. So yeah, it's been crazy.
It's Christmas, man. It's
But I've at
Christmas.
least
It
been
always has
home
to
for
come
the
out on
last 2
Christmas.
weeks, so that's
Hey.
nice.
There you go.
Wait a second.
Hey,
Did it all
yeah.
start when you got home?
It did.
Yeah.
Literally, I think me being
Hmm.
home is just like just disturbed the normalcy that she's developed over the last 3 months while I've been traveling.
They're like, hey Heath, you can just go back on work vacations and such.
Yeah.
Oh,
Vacations.
okay. Workcations.
What have you been up to, James?
Not a whole lot. Work and some time off, and I will mention this briefly, and then we'll move right past it because I don't want to bring everyone down. But my dad passed away Thanksgiving weekend, and I had to deal with all of that. It sucks. But you know, I got to go to the memorial service. I got to talk a little bit. Got to listen to my brother talk a lot because he was doing all of that and much better at it. And but hey, go tell your family that you love them, and appreciate everybody that's in your life that is someone that you love and care for, and enjoy the holidays with them this year, and have a great New Year with them. And that's it. I'm gonna move on. What about you, Benny? What's your thing? Is he
Okay.
buying more new stuff?
I pulled a Webby Enchanted on day
Nice.
one.
Nice.
I took it to my local store, who I bought the product off of, and said, go ahead and sell it for me. And he said, no problem. And so he finally sold it. And I had also bought some other cards off of him. And so I had this nice, running debt going of cards that I was using to fill my collection. And he goes, oh, yeah. I said, hey, did you sell my Webby? He goes, yeah, I actually did. I said, oh, perfect. So what do I owe you? And he goes, well, that depends. Do you also want this?
Puzzles.
And I said, of course I want the steel puzzle. And he said, okay, good. And the sapphire one? I said, well, yeah, if you get one, you got to get him a friend. And then, I mean, like, what if they get sick of each other? So then you obviously got to get another one. And then, I mean, you got 3, so you might as well, make it nice even 4. And then, I mean, while you're at it, I mean, what's 4 if you don't get 5? I mean, you've practically
especially
got all of them at this point.
especially if the 5th one is the amethyst. You can't go without the amethyst one.
And then you're like, wait a second, I've already got almost all of them. Well, we'll finish off the full set there.
We know what
So then
Benny's doing for the next month.
Right? Month. That's gonna take Benny all year.
Hey, this is less than 24 hours. I'm talking about you, JDZ. Challenge. put out.
All
Um,
6. That's dedication.
So yeah, I got all 6 puzzles. And I said, "What do I owe you?" Including, I think it was about, I can't remember. What do I owe you for everything? And he goes, "Oh, if you give me like 20, I think it was like 20 or $25, then we're square, and that covers your entry for today's league as well." And I was like, "Done. I know what I'm doing over the holidays."
Nice.
And then he ended up, I told him, "Oh yeah, JDZ did his puzzle challenge there, and James is gonna go at it against him here." And he goes, "Oh, well, I also bought all the puzzles, so why don't you and I have a head-to-head competition live on stream of us both trying to do the amber until we finish it?"
All
Yeah, it
right,
depends on
24-hour stream, Benny.
yeah. What you may
Whoa,
want
whoa,
to
whoa!
do is what
More
they
like
did at
4-hour stream.
yeah at the content creator event they did at Gen Con when they revealed those. They
Mhm,
let them put them together for about an hour or so, and
mhm.
whoever was the farthest won.
Ah,
Nice.
So you guys can
well,
set a time limit if you just only want to stream for like 2 or 3 hours. You can see who can get the farthest in 2 or 3 hours.
You know what was really cool? We never did end up talking about it. If we did, it might have been on the episode that I didn't edit. Um, did we ever talk about the puzzle, the ginormous puzzle that they had at the event, the Ravensburger event, where they had everyone got like bits of it? Everyone got like 100
I
piece.
saw that, but I don't think we ever talked about that.
I don't
That
think
was
so.
cool. Let me just say that was cool because what was it, like a 10,000 or like 100,000 piece puzzle or something
It was like
crazy like that?
10,000 or something, 10 or
Yeah,
10 or
but
18,000,
like
something like that.
everyone got like 100 pieces chunks,
Right.
and it was all
Mhm.
grids.
Yeah.
That just, I thought that was cool.
Yeah. No,
That is
those
pretty
are pretty cool when they can do that. It's like what Lego does a lot at Comic-Con is they let people build stuff at their booth. And this last year they built the convention center as a Lego and had it in their booth, and then people coming into the booth could build booths to put into the convention center.
Wow.
But what they did is when they built the convention center, they built the Lego booth inside, which had another little Lego convention center built in on it. And it was like super, like,
Legoception?
the endless
Yeah.
mirrors thing, just getting
Oh
smaller and
man.
smaller. It was hilarious. Yeah, they're Lego is pretty fun with what they do. They're pretty good about stuff.
That's cool.
Anyway, so we have some news things that we're going to cover, but first, did you guys do any Infinity events?
Yep, I did.
Did Benny's looking around like he had
Benny did not.
nothing to do with it. I was
I
in
was
Arizona during them, but for some reason, our local store decided to hold their Infinity events during the week. So I was able to go to one yesterday on Thursday night, and I will go first because this was hilarious. I built a green purple deck with all the Diablos and a bunch of discard, and got rocked by Ruby Sapphire and Sapphire Steel. Just demolished, O2'd on both. It was
ouch.
hilarious. So I'm like, I'll go home. got my 2 promos. I got one for showing up and one in the raffle because they didn't have enough. They had, fewer people showing up than the 40 they got, so they raffled all the extras.
Yep.
Mhm.
So I got 2, and I just need to buy 3 more now, and I will be done because I want a play set and one to put away, and I'm good to go. That's it.
I did the Saturday. I mean, I didn't help contribute to this feeling because I didn't have time to put anything together, so I just did Sapphire Steel because I wanted
Mhm.
to do something I hadn't done before, but I wanted to do Ruby Sapphire because I just don't play Sapphire. I can't stand having 18 ink. Uh, but so I wanted to do Sapphire, but I wanted to do Ruby Sapphire because for me that there's a little bit more thought process there, where Sapphire Steel feels really like just vomit out, your first turn bell and your, turn 3 mouse and and all that. Anyways, So I went with Sapphire Steel because it's just the cards that I had near at hand. But I thought about it as we were like sitting down because everyone was either Sapphire Steel or aggro. Everyone there, literally, with Sapphire Steel or aggro. I'm like, the stakes have never been lower. I wish we'd all just gotten together collectively and been like, can we just all agree not to bring,
Yeah.
sweaty decks and just do something interesting with all of the cards at our disposal? We did not. It was really boring. It was so boring.
When I sat down and I saw it, I'm like, oh well, I should be able to beat this. But then I didn't see, like, I got a Diablo, and then I never got any discard in one game, and then another one I never saw Diablo, and then it's like the deck was like not doing its job. So I was like, whatever. I just went home. Played 2 rounds, went home.
We had a flood.
Oh, were you caught up in that?
Yeah, so we had a flood and the highway was closed, and I didn't go because the only way to get to the store in Mission would have been a 2.5, 3 hour detour, and I said, "Hey, love the store, not coming."
Not that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For my $2 promos.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't go. I think 4 of our locals did, and basically they all told me that like they all walked out with 4 whole new worlds.
Yeah, I
And
got
was like,
3 out of it because there was only 12 of us.
so yeah, I'm like, awesome for you guys. Sucks to be me. Guess I'm spending $8.
Right?
Which, like our entry was $10, and I'm like, okay, so two for $10, $5 each. That's what they are currently on TCG, and I know they're going to go down from there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't care. I'll pick them up for $2, $3, $4, whatever they end up being. Or someone local may end up with, like, they may have gone to a bunch of different events and gotten, a play set at each. Who knows? And it'll be like, who wants them for trade? I'm like, I'll pay you $10 for 3 of them, sure.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And then I forgot to look locally on if any events happened after the flood because I was kind of just going, I've got the entire next 2 weeks off of work coming up. I just am wondering if I have to go to work for the week before or if the highway's still going to be flooded and I won't be able to get to work and I'll get 3 weeks off.
Aha.
And that did not happen. The highway opened up on the Monday.
Boo.
Can't go anywhere for your weekend, but you can go back to work during the week.
What did you guys think of the or I guess James, since Benny, you haven't seen one yet. Benny or James, what did you think of the quality of the promos? Because I saw a bunch of people complaining online. I'm like, they looked fine to me.
They look great. I thought.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Everyone
they
was
might
saying
have
they were low res, like they came off of a different printer or something. But
yeah, I
they
think
looked
maybe
fine
there
to
was
me.
2 different prints, and one of them probably was not as good.
There has been historically 2 different printers that Ravensburger works with, right?
Yeah, but I also think that it's possible they ran a bunch for the event.
Yeah.
Like that it was supposed to be last year, and then they ran a bunch more for Infinity Weekend. It could be they ran them at 2 different times.
But I seem to recall early sets when we were getting the disparity in the ink colors.
Yeah.
Like the shade of the color that was due to they were running through a couple of different printers.
Right.
So could be something like that. I don't know.
Could be.
Okay.
That's about it. What do we got here? So as far as news, we're gonna do this pretty quickly, and because it's pretty nothing really super shocking. There's only one really, I think, really cool thing. Not that casters and stuff isn't a cool thing, but we knew we were getting casters for the events. So first up, DLC Richmond is happening very soon. It's in about a month, I think.
3
a few
weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
They announced the artists, Javi Salas and Valentina Gracioso. And then they have on the during the Lorecast, the screenshot, the slide they had showed Christian Romero, but then they're like, that's wrong, not going to happen. It's actually John Lauren. And so John Lauren has not appeared in America yet, I think. since the beginning of Disney Lorcana, so that's pretty cool. Unless you really wanted your Christian Romero card signed, which is kind of a bummer for those like Heath,
I can has both.
right?
I'm excited for John Lauren. I just also wanted Christian.
Yeah. And then we got the announcement of the Richmond casters, and there's a few changes. As announced before, both Baker and Rebecca are the hosts for the entire season, so they will be there each event in Europe and North America. And Liam and Katie are back. They have all both casted previously, but we have two new commentators, Brent Mackay, who is a local here in Los Angeles for me, and I've met him a few times, and he is a cool guy. He's energetic and fun, and he's actually a professional voice actor. So
yes.
I'm assuming that we will be having some pretty fun stuff from him doing some voices and whatnot while casting. So that should be part of the entertainment that we're going to get while casting. And then we get also Zebex, who actually I don't know if a lot of people know. She's pretty big in Magic. She does a lot of stuff over there in the Magic world. But in Lorcana, she was part of Lorcana Academy for a while, and I think that that disbanded. And so I think she's currently doing a podcast with the Hobbyist Novice. And so we shall see.
6.
What's that? 6?
I think they're on episode 6.
Okay,
so they just started up on that.
Yeah, they just started a couple months ago.
I just want to take. Oh yeah, go ahead, Benny.
You and Jared had her on an episode of Citizens, I believe, right?
Yeah, long ago. Like
Yeah,
it was in the first few months.
She does cosplaying for Magic.
Yeah, she showed up at the very first Gen Con, the premiere of Lorcana, dressed as Tiny Tink, the Tiny Tactician.
Nice.
We just want to quickly shout out Liam and Katie, who are the returning commentators. Always super impressed with them. They always seem to really do their research. They've got some good competitive insight as well as some great personalities. So love that they're back, and excited to see what Brent and what Zebex bring to the table. Brent, correct me if I'm wrong. He was the one that last season DLC had the flip be prepared moment.
Yes.
Yeah, can't forget that. That was a great moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's all about the presentation.
Yeah,
and the fun of it. So yeah, it should be great. They announced the Ghent casters, and Ghent is not until I think in March.
Correct.
And so again, Baker and Rebecca are back, and they will do some casting as well, but they're mainly the hosts and they do the interviews and whatnot. Joe Curley is back. Spessy is back, as well as Kim. And they also are bringing back from season 1 Ross Gilbert, who was he casted a lot of season 1. And then a brand new, we've got Jennifer Bingham, who I think has done some CCQ casting in the UK, possibly. I'm not entirely sure, but she's done a few things before. But this should be pretty interesting because, again, we got one new person and some returning. So we will see how it goes. I think that's pretty nice that we're getting some fresh voices to see what goes on, and all that kind of stuff.
Yep. Spessy's still my favorite caster, I think, bar none, in terms of just all the whole package. Him and Baker make a great duo.
Right.
So that'll be exciting.
We had announcements of a couple CCQs. The one in Europe is in Stockholm. So if you're over there, go look for the information. I don't think a lot of our listeners will be listening in Stockholm. And I don't know how many of our listeners are listening in North America, but there is one happening in San Diego, California in May, and it is an Infinity constructed CCQ, which is interesting.
James?
But I will be going.
Yeah!
I mean, I'm planning to go. So
yeah. I know tickets probably aren't on sale yet, but
no, they're not on sale till January 1st. But I'm planning to go. I'm planning to see how it happens and
start practicing that GP.
Man, but
make that Diablo work.
They make that, yeah. We're gonna have two new sets to add to it, though.
Yeah.
So who knows what will end up being something that will go through. I was thinking of going through and just pulling every DLC winning deck and then seeing if that's something can be done with new cards to make it like way overpowered. Even the Atlanta winning deck, and just pull something fun to see if it'll
You
have
should definitely play Fairy Godmother.
right
100%.
because now
We got Fairy Godmother.
we can there's more Cinderellas we can play. It's in the wrong color, but we can play it. I was just thinking of trying to find something fun that maybe can surprise people. And
no fun. Win.
Whatever.
We need to see James at Worlds.
Right.
Continentals rather.
Good luck to Heath.
Thank you.
Yes.
On his event coming up here in
totally
Richmond.
Prepared.
And I also will shout out the team Be Prepared. Good luck, Mikey, and good luck, Kale. Kalen won't be there for anybody who knows. Yeah, we got 2 now. It was just the 1, but now it's 2. So they keep trying to lure me in, and I say, I am trash. I will not be attending.
And I take it Jeremiah never got a ticket?
No, and I've I couldn't justify going personally because this has probably been the one season that I've played the least amount of games, just with everything. I've been bloody busy. So
yeah,
next season's my season, baby.
There you go.
I'm not going in June. I don't think the prospect of Infinity just.
Oh no, I won't be in Infinity. I'm saying next set though. That's gonna be
next
my
season?
set champs. Yeah.
Next set. Gotcha. No, I'm just saying, I think this will be my only DLC this season, unless by some miracle I'm at Continentals, because I don't think I'm interested in Infinity at all.
You know,
it's a miracle.
Considering
You're gonna be there, visualize.
Considering that Indianapolis is Infinity, just by going to this one, you are hitting 50% of all core constructed DLCs in North America.
Wow.
Yeah, I went to 50% of all DLCs in North America in season 1.
You went to?
I went to 3. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just went to the 2. I went to Toronto and Seattle.
I hit Atlanta and Vegas and Seattle.
Nice.
We have some new news. This is the big news, in my opinion. We finally have the core, the initial core document of not the judge program. We have a name now. It is the lore guide program. Lore guides are your guides at events. I don't know how to
competitive events.
Your guides to gaining lore.
Yes. So the way that they explained it is all judges are lore guides, but not all lore guides are judges.
Oh no. Why do they have to make things complicated? I was bothered enough that they felt like they needed to come up with another name for it, but they've got to add a layer of complexity too.
They wanted resources for people to do because they wanted to have everyone grouped into this program so that everyone had a certain level of knowledge about the game. So the first guide that is out is actually for casual play events. And it kind of just goes over some stuff about here's how you handle this kind of a problem or this kind of a problem. It's kind of just a general working thing. It's only about 6 pages or so. It's not super detailed, and more stuff is coming, but also coming in the next few weeks is I think like a 10-question test that will be available on the website. And that will, if you pass that test, which I think you have to get 7 of 10 right, you can use that to tell, if you want to help run events at your local store, you can say, hey, I passed this test, so I can be the person to help facilitate whatever casual events are happening at your local store. Official.
10 whole questions.
Yeah. Well, again, it's for casual stuff, so I wouldn't expect too much.
Fair. Fair.
So we will be seeing. They said that Coop said that the more competitive core document is still in process, and they have to still get a lot of stuff fixed and working. They are going to be, of course, pushing out a new and updated tournament rules and play corrections and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff is coming over the next few months, and it will solidify what is and is not a lore guide and how official they are, and if they are like getting like some kind of testing thing, being on some kind of list. And also shout out real quick, head lore guide for Richmond is actually going to be Judge Phil.
Yay!
It's his first time being head judge at an event, which so congratulations to Phil. He's a great guy, and I think he will do an awesome job.
That reminds me, I got to stock up on, was it Good Job or whatever
Good job.
the card? Yeah.
Yeah,
I gotta
good job.
Stock up on this. Good job.
And that is about, I'm sure there's more news, little bits here and there, stuff I missed, but that's basically it for the news from the Lorecast this last week, which was the last one for the year. They won't be back until January 8th, I think it was. That's it.
7th. 7th is the Thursday.
7th. Yes.
Is it? No.
I don't know.
Now I'm second guessing myself.
7th, 8th, whatever. It's
No, it is the
7th.
8th. You're right. Sorry.
all right. Okay. The 8th.
Sorry to question you, sir.
Yeah. James is always right.
I was gonna say the 7th should be Wednesday because I go back to work on the 5th.
Also, James is always right. But if you ever catch me being wrong, it's not true. I was misled. I
And if
was
you ever
given
catch James being wrong, that's because you're in an alternate dimension and it's not actually James. You're talking to alternate James.
Talking to Dan.
talking to Dan.
Only
Exactly.
Dan's wrong. James is
Dan's
never
usually
wrong.
wrong.
Exactly.
Dan's kind of an idiot.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but
I mean, he's kind of a numbskull. Numbskull, I think, would probably be more accurate.
okay.
So how are you guys doing, by the way? I mean, we don't know we did what's up, but like how's everybody doing? I mean, Lorcana, we talked Lorcana stuff. We got anything else we want to chat about?
So I don't know if anybody in this listening audience here. I don't know if any. I was gonna say I don't know if anybody's still listening. I don't know if I don't know if this listening audience here has seen "It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia" or any of the.
I've only ever
co-hosts.
seen clips on YouTube.
Okay, well, you've probably
YouTube
seen
shorts.
the meme. You've probably seen the meme of Charlie, but right now my my mind
Oh.
with the possibilities of what's going on with me having like 17-ish less than 17 days off in a row, my mind is kind of like Charlie doing the like.
I was gonna say, you just doing that hand motion actually kind of looked like Charlie.
Yeah.
And it's like I got so much stuff going on in my mind right now that I'm like, I want to accomplish this and I want to get this done. Some of it podcast wise, some of it other projects in my mind. So essentially I'm trying to like I do this challenge that I just started this year that a buddy told me about last year, which he challenges himself to beat 12 video games. And I thought, hey, that's awesome, man. I really like that you do that. It's hard to find time to even play games now that we're all dads and busy. I decided to go a bit above that and did not realize the automatic stress load that would throw on of try and beat 12 video games. And it's games that you haven't played before or you haven't played in a long time or never completed. Try and read 12 books
Okay.
and try and complete 12 sections of Duolingo.
Okay. I admire the second two.
I'm at 9 games, 9 books, and 2 sections of Duolingo.
What language are you studying?
Norwegian.
Oh, very cool.
So like my family, the family history is we moved from Norway to America, from America to Canada.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. So I always want to like learn it and then go back to Norway one day and be like, "Hey, Tinka Tanka Turgan."
Isn't that more Swedish?
Yeah, they don't talk like that, you know. I do know some words, and it stuck with me even though I died out on the lesson back in February. I jumped back into it and I was like, do do do, and it's like, hey, congratulations, you knew all these words. I'm like, awesome. It's like next lesson, fail, fail, fail.
I do very much appreciate that you layered in the other two though, because when you just talked about beating video games, I'm like, some people resolve to go to the gym, some people resolve to read books, some people,
Yeah.
all these admirable things. Not sure I could get on board with the I resolved to beat video games.
Yeah, so that's why
But I like
like
the layers.
he said I try and challenge myself to do like one a month, and I said, oh, you know what, I like that, but I'm gonna go more and call it the 12s challenge and see how many things I can add in to get done in a year.
If you
So
really, I think if you legitimately want to call it the 12s challenge, you have to
there needs
do
to be 12 of them.
12 different things, 12 of.
Well, that's the goal, you know.
I mean, one of
Year
them can be
one,
like, I want to like, make 12 different paper airplanes, you know.
well, you know what? I've
Reminds me of
thought
the
about what would I
origami
add to the
probably one
12s
too.
challenge, and one of them is I want to run 12 miles. Not in a year, but I want to be able to nonstop
You want to
at the end of
train
the
to the
year
point where you
be
can
able to run 12 miles.
maybe start with 12 kilometers. 12 miles
Yeah,
is a
12
lot.
sorry, Canadian 12 kilometers.
Yeah,
12 miles is a lot.
it's a long
Actually,
way.
you know what? No, that's not far enough. I want to walk 500 miles, and then I want to walk 500 more just to be the man who walked death.
Oh,
Anyways.
no.
Anyways.
Yeah, less than 10 seconds of that. Less than 10 seconds. You don't want to get hit by YouTube.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, because YouTube's
Censored.
definitely going to strike all the money that Betty's making from this.
My monetization.
Well, I finally signed up for a library card, so I've been listening
Nice.
to books since I
Mm.
rarely have time to read them, and of course I have to drive for my commutes, so I cannot read on public transport or anything like that. So I have been listening to books. So if you have some book recommendations, you guys or listeners, send them my way.
In the comments, book recommendations.
Yeah.
Any genre that you're looking for?
I prefer sci-fi and
Okay.
fantasy. So
Yep. Have you read the Dark Tower series?
I have not. Actually, I was looking at Stephen King stuff, and I don't think that the Dark Tower stuff is in the library app that I use.
So it's 7 books. The first 4 books are perfection. The last 3 are like, I guess it was worth reading.
But yes, I will also read things like Stephen King.
But
Because
the
it's
first
good.
that like it's unlike almost anything else he's written.
Right.
He meant it to be his magnum opus. Thank you. Heath can speak words. And the first 4 were absolutely building up to that, and it felt like he just kind of. Maybe I'm doing disservice just compared to the first 4, because the first 4 are so good. So the last 3 are fine books, on par with some of his other works, but they just felt like such a letdown compared to the other 4. But you also kind of need to read them to see it through. But the first 4 books, at the least, I've reread the first 4 books many times. I've only read the last 3 twice, but the first 4 books I've read many times because they are exceptional. I'm not even a huge Stephen King fan. I just think as books, as works of fiction, they're fantastic. Obviously, you've read Dune if you're a science fiction fan.
Obviously, yeah. But I'm going to listen to that again sometime soon when I finally run out of like, all right, I'm gonna finally get back to Dune.
What I've got to do is reread the second book that the next movie's about,
right?
Because I've reread Dune many times.
Yeah,
I haven't reread all of the mythology for a long time.
Man, I really wish the libraries would be able to get stuff all.
Are you on the Libby app?
No, I have to get the Orange County Public Library card as well. I only have the Anaheim Public Library, and they're on 2 different apps. Because Beth,
Yeah.
my wife, has the Orange County one, and she uses Libby, but I use I can't remember the name of it, but it's a completely different one. So if I have both, I'll be able to get pretty much anything.
I'm really bad at rereading a whole bunch of things, so I'm not going to be your best go-to for like a wide,
Just stuff that
swath
you really
of
enjoyed,
options.
that you might remember enjoying.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What about
Definitely Dark Tower.
I don't know if they have it as like an audiobook, but there's one that I've been looking at getting into called Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Dungeon
vaguely
Crawler
familiar.
Carl? That sounds fun.
That sounds
It's,
vaguely familiar.
So I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but I believe the way the story goes is this. I've had somebody tell me kind of how it starts off, which is this guy's taking care of his ex-girlfriend's cat. The cat's like some award-winning cat. It gets out of the house. He chases after the cat, and then all of a sudden this thing happens where I think it's like aliens have invaded, but they squish the entire planet down so that all the buildings that were up are completely flat. Anyone who's in them happened to be in them when they went flat.
Is also flat.
They're banished. But then the planets become
Banished.
a dungeon.
I got it.
It's become a dungeon crawler, and if you're able to beat the dungeon crawler on your planet, you essentially get the deed to your planet.
Oh,
And
interesting.
so it's like a nice little dungeon crawler book, which,
Yep.
as a fan of an old PlayStation 2 game that most people haven't played called Champions of Norath, or another one that other people know, Baldur's Gate, I'm a bit of a dungeon crawler nerd. I like that stuff.
Nice.
Ready Player One.
Yeah,
Read that.
that's a good one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Read that. I might
Could say any of us that like grew up around that time.
Yeah.
Ready Player 2.
That was fun. I haven't read that one yet. I heard that one wasn't as good.
I'm glad that Heath said it's okay, because I read through that one on a shift at work, and I was like, this one just feels like he was like, oh man, everybody loved the 80s references that I did. Let me throw them in even harder and then keep repeating the same thing about those references to throw in more words into the book. And I was just like, the first one was great. The second one was okay, but I did like some points of it. But yeah, it was like, yeah.
I'll do some like Star Wars books and some things like that.
I have one. I'll have to figure out what it is and message you that.
Yeah, Thrawn books. I've read most of the Thrawn books, but I don't think I read the most recent trilogy, so I gotta read that one as well. I think I own them all. I just haven't read them yet.
That's the one I was thinking of. Did any of you guys ever play the old 90s Dungeon Keeper video game?
Probably
Just
not.
thinking of your dungeon crawler. No? Oh, it was so good. You were basically building a dungeon, and yeah, it was kind of like a sim type game, like any sort of builder game, but instead you're like this sadistic dungeon builder. Yeah, I'll send you a link. Shout out in the comments if any of you played that. I have these memories of these old games that I don't know if it's rose-colored glasses or whatever, but there was some old games that I just loved and wish I could play again, and can't even remember what they're called. There's an old D&D game I used to. Yeah, go ahead.
There was an old Dune game actually, where you would
where you collect the spice you built up. It was like the original Warcraft game. Where
you built up your stuff. You send out your armies.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. I think I have a CD of it somewhere buried in a box.
Rage of Mages was a computer game way back in the day that I used to love. But there was a D&D based game, like the IP was D&D from the 90s, a computer game, and I just can't for the life of me remember it. It makes me so sad because I used to love it, and it was just such a basic game. My brain is too old.
Isn't that the problem, though? We just forget everything as we get older.
Did you guys see? that Disney is putting $1 billion into OpenAI?
I saw that.
That's so horrible.
It really is. I also the fact that on Disney Plus you're going to be able to like create your own AI based
Yeah.
show.
It's like, oh, come on. They're
I'm gonna
fighting.
be the guy that's gonna be getting the hate here from the people we shouldn't be getting hate from. But Walt Disney hired artists for a reason.
Right?
You'd think if he could just go, oh, let me just type in some prompts and that's going to make a great movie. No, he would not have done that in a million years because he wanted things a certain way and he liked them a certain way. And he liked letting people be creative. He would be rolling over right now.
I think so too. Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It's kind of a slap in the face to the dream of the dreamer.
I mean, Disney had been going after everyone who was trying to use their stuff in AI. And now they just like,
Right.
here.
That's for us to use.
Yeah, here's the keys to the kingdom. It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But like that's also going to make, I don't know, it's also in my opinion, it's going to make things difficult for Lorcana. Because there's a lot of artists in the Lorcana space that are not a fan of AI art. And so to hear that the parent company is going, hey, we love AI.
Yeah. Do they start?
It's going to make the artist kind of turn around and go, cool, see ya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
That
that's a
would be
dangerous
unfortunate.
road to go down. And I think it's also a dangerous road to go down when you're an animation studio to say to your artist, hey, we're just going to make it with a computer prompt. I know video game studios do it, but they also do it as like a, this is the idea we have, and then we're gonna go from that and actually have artists design the game, not
Yeah.
use the
Now,
AI.
about that, you did see the game of the year got
Expedition
yanked
33.
from them because they used AI and they had checked the box that said no AI was used on their game.
Yeah. And then I think that's funny because I believe Kingdom Come Deliverance also used it in their game and as that drawing board thing that I was kind of saying before, where they like use it before they
Yeah.
actually have artists. Yeah, it's
And if you want to hear what an artist has to say about the mood board and a game runner giving it to the artist and saying, we had this worked up by the AI machine, here's what we want, but in your style, go on to Twitter, X, find Nicholas Cole,
I was gonna say I know exactly where this is going.
because yesterday or 2 days ago he posted a very long thread about his very strong thoughts on that. And if you want to hear what an artist has to say about it, definitely go read that, because I think everything he said is true. And you'll want to understand where artists are coming from. If you educate yourself more than just AI good, AI bad, find out why some people think it's good or bad.
His account is at From Happy Rock.
Yes, From Happy Rock.
Yeah, I was reading over that yesterday or the other day, so I was like, yeah, I know exactly where this is going.
He posted a really long thread, and then did you see that he added to it later that night?
Oh, I have not yet.
Yeah, he added to it later that night, so go read the additions to it.
I appreciate, like, I know not everybody might agree with all of his opinions on everything, but I appreciate how what would be the word for that? Like how emotionally attached he is in all of his responses to what he like. He's very passionate, very invested in everything that he talks about, and I love it. And you know what? I support that 100%. I love it. I'm also a person who gets in trouble sometimes for being very very passionate about things.
No.
And sometimes I just let this do more than this does.
Say it ain't so, Benny.
But yeah, it's I don't know. I've experienced a lot of like people using AI at work and stuff like that. And I read an email to the boss and I get asked at work like, "Oh, did you use AI to write this?" Because somebody's like, can I check your email that you're writing about like a possible promotion?" I'm like, "Go for it." And they're like, "Oh, you use AI for this?" I'm like, "No, I used my brain because I've been reading books and it's getting better." Whoa. And they're like, "Oh, I just use AI for everything." And I'm like, "Yeah, and that's why my brain gonna be big and your brain gonna be small."
Yes. Exactly.
I use AI. Not for art though. For emails. Because Heath has trouble being concise. And
Ah,
so I type up what I want to type up and then I feed it to AI and say, please make this more concise. And then I go back and I edit it again afterwards because I never quite like the language that it uses, but I do like the way it
but see,
compacts things.
you use it to help compact and structure. This guy just full out makes it write his emails
Yeah.
for him.
No, that's
And
different.
then he also uses it to like write programs for the machines sometimes.
The machine's writing for itself.
Not
Terminator
good.
is real.
Skynet.
Ah!
Next thing you know, we're manufacturing parts for Skynets and Terminators.
Yep. Thing you know, we're plugged into the Matrix.
Wait, you aren't?
What? Is there something back there?
Anyways, I guess this is a good point to finally touch on this for anyone who's still listening, our loyal fans out there. We are taking a nice hiatus, a little 2-week break to refresh ourselves. And
Intentional. Let's make
This
let's
was
make
it.
a point. This is an
Yes.
intentional 2-week break.
the last episode, and then sorry, the last episode where it was James and I, there was not a 2-week break to this episode.
No, it ended up being like a 4-week break.
Something.
There was supposed to be another episode, as Heath mentioned earlier. But we will be back after the new year, and hopefully better. And we'll see. That's one of the projects that I'm charlieing on right now, is seeing all the different things that I need to improve and align on. So we'll see how that works out.
See about that.
Yeah, my wife says my problem is I got 19 projects and I'm only going to get 3 done. So she's my organizer.
Hey, that's not bad actually. I mean, getting 3 projects done is pretty good. It's just the fact that you started with 19 is the problem. If you admit that you started with like 5. I got started with 5. I got 3 done. That's really good.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We've talked about it recently, and she said, if you tell me all the projects, she goes, I hate having to think about everything that needs to get done. But if you give me a list of everything that needs to get done, I will organize it for you and make it a daily checklist for you. And I was like, this is great. This is better than AI. It's the same thing, but it's a human.
Yeah. No, my wife's my schedule keeper, man. I can't do any of it. I mean, I could.
No.
Let me put it this way. I could. I have very poor organizational skills for that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Great for other stuff, but for like keeping a schedule and remember, I mean, if you want me to mail something to you, you're out of luck. You'll get it sometime in the next 6 to 8
unspent holiday cards.
You remember those when you were mailing stuff and they're like, and you'll get this in 6 to 8 weeks. It's like, yeah, no, I'm 6 to 8 months.
6 to 8 business weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
I just know that if there's any cards that I need to get to James and James needs to get to me or Heath, that it'll be next time we see each other.
Yeah. Basically.
That's the easiest way to remember.
I mean, I got a small stack of cards for you guys that I'm just like, eventually you'll get them.
One day.
At some
But
point.
Yeah. You know what? We all could do it, but we've got wives that have made our lives a little bit easier by taking that part of it out. And like my wife said, she goes, I have no doubt in my mind that you could do it, but because I've been doing it for so long, you won't do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, can you add this to the schedule, please?
Exactly.
And then it happens. And then I get
said-
reminded of it. And then that happens.
My wife said she likes making the schedule. I said
Mm.
I am one of those people that just goes about their day.
Yeah.
If the day's not changing, it doesn't matter to me.
I live and die by my Outlook calendar. If I didn't have it on there, like every day that I'm looking at the next day, end of the day, I'm looking at the next day's Outlook calendar, being like, what am I doing tomorrow?
So
Man, I
Heath
can't do
is
that.
scheduled. We need to get scheduled.
Yeah.
Scheduling
Seriously.
is fine. Remembering the schedule is the challenge for
Ah.
me. That's why I have to look at it every day to remind myself what the heck I'm doing the next day.
Well, I guess I'll sign it off there now.
Sounds good.
Merry
missing an
Christmas to
arm.
everyone. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Crazy Kwanzaa, and all the rest.
And
Whatever
Happy
you
New Year.
celebrate. And Happy New Year, because we won't see you until after. We'll see you next year.
Bye, everybody.
Have a great one, everybody.
Cool.